Dima, what if you turned into Oofplux one day and you never went back? Like, you were Oofplux for life. Like, what would you make of yourself?
I would put a gun to my head and shoot it.
Dima, you have no idea what you're talking about. Please shut up.
Ooh.
Okay, but you are a clout chaser.
I know. W. Why don't you just say that? Why do you have to have an opinion? Why do you have to have an opinion? Why can't you just say I don't have one?
Stop coming close to me, you gay faggot.
Hello everybody, it's me, Dig and Builder MC, and welcome back to another episode of the DigCast. Joined today we have two 2B2T legends, Oofplux and Dima788. You guys say hello.
Hello.
So this is our first dual interview, and so I guess this is how it's going to work. So I'm going to ask questions, and I'll say, something, and then, for example, say, Oofplux, you go, Dima, you go. From then on, feel free to talk, like, if you disagree with what each other has to say, feel free to, speak freely, but just when it comes to answering the actual questions, try to take it in turns. But yeah, free speech, don't be scared to interrupt each other, basically. So I'm going to start here with, let's say Oofplux. So Oofplux, you've been playing 2B2T for what, like 2 years now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what made you attracted to 2B2T? Why did you decide to, keep playing after you first escaped spawn?
Because it's addicting.
How is 2B2T addicting?
I've been asked this question a lot. I'd say it's like probably a mixture of like the people you meet. Like there's definitely like a part of the community that's like not addicting, right? But I'd say the part that most people get into is like it basically, like, my theory on it is that it gives you like the typical teenager, your social interaction, like, without going outside, so you get dopamine without like actually like
That's very true. Yeah, I mean, we kind of brought that up when I interviewed Bucky. We spoke about that, like, the reason some people play 2B so much is because, like, the rewards you get for, like, working hard and achieving stuff is a lot easier than, achieving stuff IRL, and that's why a lot of people play.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Dima, what about you? What keeps you coming back?
Well, it's just like the community is so diverse, and I really like playing the server for that reason, and interacting with new people every day.
So, would you consider yourself, Dima, a new fag, since you've only been playing for like 6 months?
2 years, actually, but...
Wait, really?
Yeah, I joined in
Cap.
September 2020.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know this. Wait, how old were you when you joined?
Like 13.
Oh, okay. Wait, Oofplux, how old were you when you first joined?
13. Also, Dima's 14 right now. Don't listen to a word he says.
Wow.
Is this true, Dima? Are you lying to
I
us?
literally... Bro, I
No.
I don't want to pull up the receipts, Dima. You don't want to... I have things.
Hey, no doxing, bro. No doxing. That's illegal. Anyway, okay. So let's move on to the next generic question of the day. Saying, actually, I'll go Dima first this time. Dima, what would you say your biggest accomplishment on the server is?
I'm not sure, but like probably griefing so much bases.
Okay, like what have you griefed?
Don Darko was probably the biggest base I've griefed so far, and you were there, Dig.
Oh, it was that one. Yeah, the
yeah.
spawn base, right? Yeah. Okay. What about you, Flux? What is the most significant thing you have done?
Secrets. But the most like public thing I've done is probably Mapopoly. That's like the most impressive thing.
Wait, what did you say? Mapopoly?
Yeah, that is the
you're involved in that.
that is the big map art thing. And I was the one who found all the carpets for that. So.
Oh, were you the one that took him from fucking Block Game Mecca?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, BSB took a bunch of them back in like 2021, but obviously we only took a few.
Xenia told me about that.
Yeah, based. Okay, moving on. So Dima, you've wait, no, not Dima, sorry, Oofplux. You've had your fair share of FitMC clout over the 2 years of playing 2B2T. So what was kind of that experience? Because I've never actually watched the FitMC video that you're in. So can you like explain like what you did to get in there? Like, was it like your dream on 2B2T to be included? Like, what was that whole process like, basically?
Well, I'm in 3 fit videos, like that I have like a major role in.
Oh,
So
talk about all of them.
okay, I don't know what the fuck I did, but I'm really lagging out right now.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, but basically so first I was involved with the air destroyers, which was the group that was like destroying obby logos like in early 2021, and that was the group that destroyed the OO. So that wasn't the group that destroyed. I destroyed the OO. That was another thing I did. But yeah, we destroyed the Rick Astley, and then a lot of other obby logos. So that was the first major like fit.
Wait, how
FitMC
did you
video
destroy
too.
the sky logos? You like mine them or like fill them in?
So for the OO, we withered it because the people who built it are like retarded and built it like one level below, the height limit. So that one was easy. But then for the Rick Astley, we didn't really destroy it. We just like kept them from building it. So we just like PvP'd them and stuff. So that one
So
was pretty.
stop the project pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did that get into a fit video then? Like, because he didn't make a video about destroying symbols, right?
The video was about like the back and forth between the air destroyers and the Rick Astley crew. How the basically Beast Machine. I'm sure you've heard of him.
I met him
He was
IRL
in-
like yesterday.
Yeah, so he was in charge of the Watchmen at the time, and so the Watchmen wanted to build a Rick Astley after their OO got defaced by me and Sand Turtle. So oh, so he basically screwed up big time. He like doxed one of his friends like in a server. He like freaked out because we were kind of like fucking his project in the ass. So that was funny. And then Fit contacted me like in October of 2021 asking for footage and if I could like he could use my name and stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Here's just put the channel link in the description, you know, all that bullshit. So yeah.
Okay, what about the second fit video? Talk about all
So
three,
it's
right?
Oh, okay. So the second fit video was for Mapopoly. So we were almost done with the map at the point when I contacted Fit. So it was like in the video basically how it goes is that these Russian players, Kummerman and Alisior and Aviasales, I think that's how you pronounce their names, they found the map, and so they were in the process of stealing our carpet, and we were like a week away from completion. So I messaged Fit then just in case, you know, something went wrong. I was like, hey, this is what we've been working on, blah, blah, blah. And I also messaged Fast Vincent at the same time. And that is how, for the first time in 2BTT history, I got Fit and Fast Vincent to make a video on the same exact thing. So that was
Yeah,
that was pretty
double
big.
famous.
Yeah, exactly. And I did that a second time. So, but I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, Fit made a video on Mapopoly. To be honest, to be like completely straight, like his video was not as good as Vincent's because it was like for some reason like very focused on the stealing carpet part instead of the actual map building, but that's okay. Vincent's video in my opinion on that subject was a lot better. And then for the third fit video, I was clout chasing big time because as everybody knows, I'm like the biggest clout chaser on 2TT.
You
So-
are.
Yeah. So I basically made up like based on the air destroyers idea, which I was a part of, I got the idea of just mining out obby logos with like AFK accounts. And so that went really well. Got a bunch of clout from that, and I got Vincent to make a video on that as well as Fit. And Fit was very interested in it because he had literally nothing else to make a video on, so we corresponded. We've corresponded a lot over like the past year, I'd say. So yeah, that's basically my Fit MC story.
Okay, so Dima, when you hear about these stories Oofplux is telling us about his experiences with Fit, is this something you like look up to? You kind of aspire to be in his shoes in maybe a year or two?
Not sure because I don't really care about Fit, but like I will say he makes good quality videos, but the content is not that good.
What do you mean by that? Like quality is in like production quality?
Yeah.
Right. So you would but surely you kind of, do you not see being in a Fit MC video as sort of like the staple of, you know, you've made it as a 2v2t player?
No.
Okay, that's interesting because I feel like a lot of people listening would assume that you're a bit of a clout chaser just from the way you act on TV. That's not me saying that. I've heard that from other people. So that's
Yeah.
interesting how you claim otherwise. Would you agree that Oofplux deserves the reputation as the biggest clout chaser on 2b2t?
I mean, he lies about numbers sometimes, but I think he's been doing a good job on all these projects.
So you think Oofplux deserves his clout?
Some of it.
What bits do you not agree with?
Like, when he mined all those Obsidian logos, he lied about the numbers.
That is not true.
Like, in the video, it said I mined 10k Obsidian, but in fact, I only mined like 2k Obsidian.
Yeah, because what I actually said sent to fit was displaced. I didn't say mined, I said displaced. That's like the amount of obsidian you make irrelevant. I can go into more detail on that if you want, Nick.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, so basically for that project, how Baritone worked is that it would basically mine out, like, it would leave, like, pockets of, like, single obsidian blocks because Baritone is, like, super retarded. So basically, when I say obsidian displaced, I mean, like, if you look on a map, the amount of obsidian that you basically made irrelevant for the logo. So basically, the calculation I did for that, I just multiplied the amount of obsidian you mined by like 4.5, like around that number, to get the amount displaced. Because that's how much obby you actually made irrelevant. Because mined, like, if you really consider mined, it doesn't do a good job of representing how much damage was actually done. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, we're clearing up misconceptions here. We'd love to see it. So, Dima, you say you've been playing for 2 years, but kind of people have only started really hearing you and hearing about you in probably like the last 4 months. So, were you like a single? Were you just like a solo player up until that point?
So, in January 2021, I like went inactive for over a year, but then I came back February of this year. In 2020, let me explain. I was part of the Jake the Snake 52 Goon Squad against Joey Coconut, so that was pretty fun.
Wait, what did you say? When?
2020.
Okay, what was that? So was that your first time kind of like interacting with the 2B community?
Yeah.
Right. So what kind of what did you like about it? Like, did you kind of realize that, hey, I don't like being a solo player anymore, or was it kind of a slow realization?
Slow realization.
Okay. So you had a solo base, right? Then basically.
Not really. I was just mostly exploring ruins of bases in 2020.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right. So you decide to get into the 2B community. You start making a name for yourself. Do you think you've been successful in the 4 months that you've been doing that for?
Sort of. I mean, I'm starting to get known player roles in Discord servers, so
yeah, that does help you become a famous 2B2T player.
But then again, Discord roles don't matter.
Right. Do you consider yourself a actually no, sorry, I'll rephrase that question. What do you think your reputation is on 2B2T so far?
Looks fucked up.
Why is that?
I'm banned from like 90% of 2B2T building groups right now.
What would you say the reason for that is?
Oh, I basically used Discord alts to impersonate people and to get bases, and it actually worked pretty well.
Can you give an example of some, like, one of those times?
Nichols 444.
What's that?
Oh, he's like this nomad that has a large amount of playtime, and he's like a no-namer. So I just decided to make a Discord account impersonating him, and I got into like 7 groups.
Right. So that's the reason why you're banned everywhere, because you like insided basically.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right, going back to Oofplux now. What do you do you agree with your not self-proclaimed, but kind of given to you by the community, your reputation as biggest clout chaser?
Well, to be honest, like, the community didn't really give it to me. I just like LARPed my way into it. Like, I was like during the 2BC Oscars thing, that's when it kind of like LARPed up. I just basically memed votes, and then like as soon as people saw other people voting for me as biggest clout chaser, and me literally saying I'm the biggest clout chaser, vote for me, then they just vote for me, you know, and then they actually start believing the lie. Like, I bet if I actually asked any one of these people to come up with reasoning, like, to why I'm the biggest clout chaser, they probably couldn't come up with it. But what I've noticed is that, like, on the server, like, if someone gives you a personality, or like a personality to like take, then you kind of just have to accept it. There's no point in like fighting against it. Like, you know, you get what I'm saying?
Quite true, quite true. So to those people that call you, you know, if I were to say, well, I mean, I got a lot of this when, you know, I told people you were coming on the DigCast, right? Like, people were like, oh, Oofplux, he's such a clout chaser. What do you have to say to the people who do, like, just say your existence is just being a clout chaser?
Examples.
You want proof?
Yeah, no, literally, I just want, like, give me examples. Like, I'm asking that. Like,
Yeah, you're asking them, like, oh, you're calling me a clout chaser? Send proof.
yeah,
Okay,
literally.
okay.
Like, they just, it's like fucking pack behavior. Like, okay, I was gonna give a really bad example, but yeah, basically, it's gonna, yeah, it's pack mentality, yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the kind of general 2B2T community. So, Oofplux, what is one thing that you would like to change with the 2B2T community if you were like Jesus?
I was Jesus. That's a good question.
If you were a lover, if you were a housemaster, what would you change about the 2B community?
Just like, can this be stuff about the server that
Yeah,
might impact the community, or just I'm not actually sure. I think I'd probably just unprio ban everybody. Like, people don't really think about it. People probably think about it, but it's really like unseen, the effect of like these prio ban people, because like the people who are prio ban, like including me, are like some of the like most influential people, as in they do the most stuff. Like, so how I think of it is like, new players come to server, right, because of FitMC videos or just like getting to know about the server, and then these new players become older, they start doing projects of their own, these projects become known in like the general Minecraft community, or Fit makes a video about them, and then more new players join, right? So when people like start to quit, that means there's less people who come up with ideas, meaning less Fit videos, like less people get to know about 2B, and then less people join, and then the cycle keeps repeating, basically.
Wait, so are you saying you're jealous of other people getting fit videos?
How did you take that away from what I said? I'm so confused.
Like when you said when new players become older, they start doing projects of their own.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's how I got into a fit video, Dima.
Yeah, but then you're saying to new players that they can't do that.
Dima, you have no idea what you're talking about. Please shut up.
Ooh.
Okay, but you are a clout chaser.
I know. W.
You know, but you're saying you don't think you're a clout chaser.
I'm just LARPing. Chill.
Okay.
Chill.
Right, Dima, on to you. What is one thing you would like to change about 2B2T?
Remove Frank's prio ban, remove all my friends' prio ban, probably, and then. So you're saying if I had admin, what would I do?
Sure, if you were the owner of 2B2T, what would you do?
Build a mega base or something, because.
He's lying. He would definitely go to fucking Sky and grief the shit.
Yeah, I would go to Sky. That's true.
Base. Okay, so you kind of both gave the same answer, to be fair. Like, you kind of on Oofplux's answer, but sort of said the same thing. You'd, like, remove prio banning. I mean, obviously, that was a big takeaway from the Foreskin interview. I don't know if... I know Oofplux watched it. I don't know if you watched it, Dima. But we spoke a lot about the problem of, you know, censorship on 2B2T and how the whole prio banning situation's just kind of gotten a load out of hand. So, what's... Going back to Oofplux now, we'll get onto you later, Dima. What's your opinion on the whole censorship thing? Like, do you think Housemaster's taken it, like, way too far, or do you think he's kind of justified in his actions?
I'm not. I don't really have an opinion, to be honest. Like, I don't really care, because personally, I don't use the chat too much except to like LARP, and even then, I'm not like saying the N-word or like stuff like that. But the thing I definitely disagree with House on is prio banning, which I think, like, to be honest, now he doesn't prio ban people anymore. And he doesn't queue reset and all those things. Like, if you look at the statistics, the number of prio bans has gone down, except for like the alts of people who have already been prio banned. So, like, personally, my accounts, I have like 11 accounts prio banned, and the accounts that I use for 2B, or at least since the last time I checked, have not been prio banned.
So, okay, so you're saying quite optimistically that House is kind of fixing the problem, basically, that less people are getting prio banned for no reason.
Not, I mean, like, one part of the problem, sure, but I still think, like, the chat mutes and all that stuff, that's very dumb. That is, like, pretty stupid, but...
okay. And Dima,
what about bans...
I think, what was the question again? I forgot.
Do you kind of like what are your thoughts on Housemaster chat muting and prior banning? Do you think it's kind of justified, or do you think he's taken it a step too far?
Well, it depends, because if someone like put down someone's address in 2b2t chat, of course he deserves to be muted and prio banned. But like saying the N-word or something, and then he gets prio banned, no, that's bullshit.
I mean, I don't think you can get prior banned for saying the N-word. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't think that's
people
true.
have. But...
Really?
Yeah.
No, you definitely can't get private banned for saying that.
I don't know. You can probably get muted if you spam it a lot and like say a load of like racist shit. But I think just saying it like casually probably won't go. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So Oofplux, what is something about Dima that you respect?
Am I allowed to not respond?
No, you have to think of something.
Okay. Well, he does a really good job of making people find like the worst qualities in him and making them hate him. So
that's a pretty backhanded compliment. I'm not gonna lie, but on to you, Dima. What do you see in Oofplux that you respect?
His commitment, which has disappeared for the past month.
Yes.
His commitment to what?
The server.
Oh, okay. So Dima, Oofplux seems to be not your biggest fan. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't slave enough for him.
Oofplux, you got a response to
that? If I searched up Dima in like any Discord server related to 2B, I guarantee 99% of the results would be about how people don't like him.
So you don't like it. So you're not a fan of him because other people don't like him. He hasn't done anything to you personally.
No, he's just like really retarded. Like.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
I am the third most hated 2B.
Like, have you ever had that moment in a Discord VC where you're just like listening to people talk and you're just like, why? Like you just start having like cancer in your head, like, and then you just definitely leave the VC. Have you ever had that moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens whenever I talk to Dima. So.
Ooh, so you're getting that feeling right now.
No, that's not a burn. I'm just saying that's what happens when I talk to Dima.
Oh, okay.
I just don't like doing it because it's like mentally not good.
Right, fair enough. Okay, so Dima, let's talk a bit about your kind of, because you own a group, right? So tell us a bit about that.
I own 50 groups, Dig.
You own 50. Okay, tell us about your most successful group that you've run and owned.
Oh, it's probably my first group, Overworld Highways Association. It was a group based on Overworld Highways, which might seem useless, but it was mostly for fun anyways. We built a ring road around the water cube, and we expanded the obsidian pavement on 2 highways before we became inactive, unfortunately.
Why do you think you fizzled out into inactivity?
I don't know, because most of the people applying were unironic new fags that had 1 hour of playtime.
So what is it? Why do you think you couldn't attract any kind of more established players?
Because people were saying it's useless, and I completely understand that.
Okay. So you made highways, overworld highways, that were wrapped around the water cube, and then also extended the current ones. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the ring road around the water cube. Yeah, I don't really see how that's useful, but I don't know. I think improving the overworld highways is not the worst idea in the world. So fair enough. What about your because you've had some like group bases over the last. I'm used to saying over the years, but it's been like 4 months. Like, yeah, tell me a bit about your base history.
Oh yeah, I've done many spawn bases on 2b2t, that always get griefed within 2 days. Like, I'm pretty sure my longest lasting base was a month old before it was griefed by Fear.
Is that because you just like invite every new fag and their mum?
No. it was an insider. I know who it is. And
Oh, can you reveal this publicly, or is this still secret information?
I guess it's both, but I won't be revealing it right now.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so moving back to Oofplux, you're in fifth column, right? 5C.
You dumb as fuck, bro.
No? Is that not true?
I was.
Oh, you was in 5C. Okay.
I was. What is it? A subcontractor? Whatever.
Subcontractor. So what was your job as a subcontractor in 5C?
Ego boost. That was a big one.
No, but like, what was your job?
No, like literally ego boosting. Like I didn't really do it.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so how did you get kicked from 5C? How did your time end?
Oh, because I basically didn't like say anything in the server for a long time because I didn't really give a fuck about it because they were just griefing servers and that's not really my thing. And so this one time they were like putting in a bunch of effort to grief this like one roleplay server, like months of effort. And so I was just like, this sounds kind of stupid, guys. And then Beja got really mad and he kicked me, I think.
Right, okay. Well, we just had Maxi Taxi, who's listening in, say he had no purpose in the group. What would you have to say to that?
I agree. I literally just said I was just there to ego boost.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. So do you not see do you see 5C as a good group? Like, do you think it's a nicely ran, positive place?
I mean, why don't we ask Maxi? He probably knows considering he's not in the group anymore, right?
He is not a guest in the DigCast today.
Yes.
Oh, right.
It's
That's
just
right. That's right. My
Oofplux
bad.
and Dima, bro.
Yeah, that's right. My bad. He doesn't have any place to talk. That's right. Okay. But 5C is chill. I guess some of the people in there are cool, like Oddpay. I've talked to him a little bit about like the culture of 5C and actually like how it differs from like the BSB culture. And it was a pretty interesting conversation. But like, the basis of it was that 5C, like you can still be in 5C and have other connections. Meanwhile, when you're in BSB, right, you can't like, for example, not to hate on my homies, but Waltz. Like, Waltz is never getting accepted into another group in his life, okay? Like,
Sure.
because everybody just knows him as the BSB insider guy, right? That's true. But Oddpay, for example, even though he griefs stuff with 5C, he can still get accepted into other groups. And obviously, this doesn't apply to everybody in 5C. For example, like, maybe, like, Maxi is a good example of someone in 5C who probably wouldn't get accepted to any groups, but, stuff like that.
Are you
I'm
a
not
fan
getting
of
accepted
Maxi
into
Taxi?
any groups.
I love Maxi Taxi.
You love Maxi Taxi, base.
I love it so much.
Yeah, what were you saying, Dimas? Sorry.
I'm basically banned from every group as well, so might as well add me to that list.
Okay, someone just mentioned Oofplux. Tell us about the POPBOB base you griefed.
Yes, the POPBOB base. So this is a very funny story. So one day, when I was in the Highway Workers Union, this is like late 2020, early 2021, I what was I doing again? Right. So I was LARPing about having a dupe because that's what everybody did back in the day. That's what everybody did at that time because there hadn't been a dupe since the Pyro dupe, and there still isn't a dupe, unfortunately. Sad face. But basically, this guy named Pedro, if he's watching this podcast, I love that guy. Big homie. XCC7, some people know him as that.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, he wanted a dupe, so we arranged a trade. He was griefing a base from 2017 or 2018 with some friends, and he lied about it to me, said that it was a POPBOB base because basically the builder of the base had told him that he had seen POPBOB at it, allegedly, apparently. And so basically he lied about it, said that it was actually a POPBOB base. And so me, Fusion GG, big homie right there, fellow squeaker turned not squeaker or something, Fuzzy Russian, and some German guy who's friends with Baki that I can't remember what his name is because he's kind of irrelevant. Yeah, and me, we went and we griefed the POPBOB base. It's on my YouTube, so yeah, go watch the video. Very cool.
Okay. All right. So going to Oofplux, well, just like he was just talking, what do you think is the main thing that you have contributed to 2B2T?
The main thing nothing.
Okay, fair enough. Dima, what is the main thing you've contributed to 2B2T?
Autism.
Are you autistic IRL?
No, but
Oofplux, are you autistic IRL?
No.
Okay. Do you guys prefer basing alone or with other players?
with
Other
other
players.
players.
Other players.
Okay. Do you
I have a
find...
very good. Wait,
Yes, yeah,
I have
continue, sorry.
I have a very good quote from Hermetic Lock about this topic. So, building bases is amazing, right? Good experience. And what you want to work towards is you want to build a base where it's possible for you to just like be in a Discord VC, like be talking to someone else at the base and just like kind of parkour around. That is the ultimate 2BGT experience where you're just talking for hours and jumping around like I am right now. Just jumping around forever.
Yeah, basically you can run around it. Alright.
Yeah, basically.
Do either of you have troubles understanding people's facial expressions IRL?
Oh, no.
It's a very confusing question.
What kind of question is that thing? Do you have personal experience with this, guys? Guys.
See what understands. Holy fuck. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards. No, I'm not autism testing. I'm asking serious questions. Yeah, do you get overwhelmed by multiple noises?
If it's you talking, then yes.
What about you, Dima?
Wow. Dig.
Yeah.
Mems did this on me. I'm not gonna do it again.
Oh, you've got experience. Okay, sorry. I need to get my serious face back on. I fucking yeah. Anywho, okay. So more questions. Okay, Dima, starting with you. What is one 2B2T player that you look up to,
Frank.
and why Franknificent?
He's the Andrew Tate of TB2T.
Can you elaborate?
He tells me good things. I talk with him every day. I love him. No homo.
Right. Okay.
I've never heard someone say so blatantly hilarious in my life.
Oofplux, you said very much hilarious things before, okay.
Bro, use proper English grammar, please.
Wow. Racism attacks?
Ooh. Racism on the DigCast?
Bro, this guy is literally Russian. We only allow like Americans.
I thought you live in America.
I do live in America. But
okay, you think this guy is American?
This
guy's not American.
I mean, his school did end like at the same time as American schools, so like it kind of makes sense that he's American, you know. Anyway, Oofplux, what is one 2B player that you look up to?
Myself.
Oh, that's so egotistical. That's so retarded.
What did you want me to say?
Like, say some.
Oh, okay. I'll give an actual response. Okay. So there's probably like a couple of people. So one of them for sure, Dawnfall. The way he conducts himself, very admirable. You know, very cool guy. I've been friends with him for a long time. Share like my stashes and accounts with him. We're in a group together. T Gang, shout out. He's very cool.
Can you explain T Gang?
T Gang. Okay, so T Gang started as this group that was just spam T in 2BCC chat, and then when I was in the Lost Nomads, Dawnfall was also when we were building Lost Nomad games. He invited me to T Gang, and so we kind of like hit it off from there, and you know we went from there. So that's what T Gang is, and then probably the other person I probably like consider a role model. I guess that's kind of like a weird way to word it, but like a person I consider like their conduct admirable on the server probably be Oddpay. Like he's done a very good job of like redeeming himself. Like when I said earlier, like when the community gives you a label, it's very hard to shake it. So it's probably like it's in your best interest of like saving time and saving like your effort to just like accept the label. Oddpay is probably the one person who has actually shaken his label like and done a good job of doing it.
For sure. What do you think kind of allowed him to do that? Because obviously you listen to his podcast and you're friends with the guy, so what would you say is the main reason why he was able to now not be known just as the guy who, you know, did what he did?
Because I mean, for one, it's been so much time like in between those two things, right?
Mm.
Or,
Time's a good healer,
and
for sure.
yeah, and also just like he's not like stupid anymore. Like I remember talking to the guy. I mean, like back when I was also like a lot stupider, but he was like really like autistic, and now he's not as autistic. I guess he just like realized his mistake. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, cool. I didn't plan like nowhere near enough questions for this. I was really in a rush.
Frank, because he knows everything about me.
Sorry?
Frank knows everything about me.
I'm sure he does, but you also know everything about you.
Yeah.
Dima, I hate you.
Guess what? I hate you too.
Aww. Oh my god, can we kiss?
You guys should get out.
Oh my god, no.
Sus, bro. So, Dima, are you a fan of Andrew Tate?
Yes.
What do you like about Andrew Tate?
His masculinity.
Do you also like Fit MC for his masculinity, just like Jake the Snake?
No, Andrew Tate is way better.
What is something that Andrew Tate says that really resonates with you?
He says shit about women.
Oh, do you not like women?
Yeah, I don't.
Why is that?
I'm not gay, but...
Why don't you like women then, if you're not gay?
I just don't like them.
Okay, moving swiftly onwards. Oofplux, do you also love Andrew Tate?
Shut the fuck up.
What do you mean, bro?
This is what happens when you don't prepare properly.
I prepared very well for this podcast. This is serious DigCast episode, man. Like, this is a serious job for me, okay?
Audience, do you believe this? What he's saying right now?
They do.
They do. Okay.
Okay. So I mean, to be fair, I was trying to like think of more shit like to do with your history. Have you like told me like Oofplux? Have you told me like everything there is to know about you, or is there like more stories that you have? Like what else have you done on 2B?
I like talking in Discord servers. That's a really big one. So, for example, when people bring up drama in the Discord server, like, for example, the TBTT wiki server, I like to put in my piece for no reason and, LARP, you know? I really like to act egotistical because it makes me feel good and gives me dopamine.
Right, okay. Would you say you're an egotistical person IRL?
No.
Okay, so your 2B persona is very different to your IRL persona then, is what you're saying.
Anybody who maintains their 2B persona is the same as their in real life persona is either a spawn mason neckbeard or they literally get no pussy. So
right, okay. What about you, Dima? What other stories do you have?
Stories.
What else have you done? Come on, you've achieved great things on the server. Like we've definitely missed out a bunch of stuff on so far.
Wow. So, I was an astral. That's a great story.
Oh, really?
Basically, once BSB griefed Kecktown, I gave Astral my base, and then Astral immediately kicked me because of my building skills. It's kind of
would you say your building skills were not up to par of Astral?
Yeah, back then, but I'm better now.
Okay. Do you have any examples of builds you've done recently that I can put on screen, maybe?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Alright.
Not yet, at least.
Oh, okay. So do you see yourself, going back to Dima and then we'll go to Flux. Dima, do you see yourself playing 2B2T, like, well into the future?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? And what are your... Actually, no, scratch that. What are your goals? Like, what do you still have to accomplish on 2B2T?
Probably either going to a base that will get a wiki page and griefing a base that will go on the wiki.
I mean, you do realize you can just make a base and then make a wiki page about it, right?
Yeah, but
so,
it won't get approved. It's not big enough.
So you want to grief like a substantial,
a huge base,
a mega base, like Sky. You want to grief Sky?
No, yeah, obviously I would like to grief Sky, but
okay.
Only time will tell.
Hey, you have the perfect target right here, bro. He's right. He's standing right here.
Shh.
My bad.
What about you, Oofplux? What are your goals going forward for 2B? Or have you already accomplished everything you want to accomplish?
I do not play the server anymore because. Oh well, actually, this is time for another very funny story. So, uh, this is probably like the funniest story I've ever. I haven't told this yet. I think. So basically, like a couple of weeks ago, like August 16th, something like that. A month after I'd done the FitMC video thing, funny, right? I get contacted by this guy. Let me just read out the DMs real quick. So I get contacted by this guy named Hellsail42, and he starts spam friend requesting me and DMing me. He's like, "Stop being so cheeky and accept my friend request." Like he was trying to roleplay as an Australian. He was like, "Mate, we have really got to discuss business right now," and I was like, "What's good?" Like a couple days later, and then he basically sent me like this weird thing. Like he said, "I have been in contact with Walden," and then like in the blank there was just a really long spoiler. So I was like, sounds funny, I'll click on it. And then there was just a bunch of log4j text, and then he starts like spreading out like my fucking IP, which wasn't even on my docs. And so I got really concerned, so I just like shut down my computer. I booted into safe mode without like access to the internet, so
Yeah.
he wouldn't be able to get any more info. And then I like reset my computer, and I changed all my passwords, all that stuff. And then, so basically, I just like quit 2B because at that point, like I had already stopped playing for the most part. And then I just realized that like the more I play, like the worse it's gonna get. Like it doesn't help me in life. Like every single time I've had like a period of time where I've stopped playing 2B for the most part, my life is like a bazillion times better. So I just realized, yeah, this is like I've done everything that there is to do. I have all the clout. My reputation is intact. There's no point in playing anymore, so I'll just leave. And so then a month later, actually, like a couple days ago, like right before, or actually last weekend, I met up with one of my friends in North Seattle, and like at a mall, and he like in the car while I was in the passenger seat, I was pulling up my Discord. Because I was pulling up a funny screenshot, and he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, sorry for the Hellsail42 thing." And I was so confused. I was like, "What? That was you?" And then, like later on, I kind of realized it was obvious because, like, the information. It's a long story, but basically, it should have been obvious. But I'm like kind of retarded. But basically, my in real life friend trolled me, pretended to hack me, and got me to quit the server. So, yeah.
So that's actually fucking funny. So would you say that a friend did you a favor then? Because you're saying when you stop playing 2B, you go outside and touch grass.
Oh yeah, 100%. My life is like so much better now. It's not even funny.
So do you think you've perhaps maybe outgrown 2B2T?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, just the server's so fucking boring now. Like, I've done everything that there is to do. There is nothing left for me anymore, unfortunately.
Do you think if the server updates, maybe you'll come back?
I mean,
Oofplux will come back nevertheless.
I mean, maybe for like a day, but like the problem is people who are like, "Oh, I actually have server updates, so I will play so much." They're just like lying out of their fucking ass cheeks because in reality, the only people who are gonna do anything are the new players who are gonna build like fucking new sky logos and a new water cube and whatever with the sky limit, all that like LARP project bullshit.
Yeah.
Like people who are like, "Oh, well, actually, I'm gonna play a lot." They're just lying out of their ass. Like it's not gonna happen because the new update doesn't actually have like a lot of content that's like gonna like reinvest fucking commitment to TV or whatever.
Interesting. Okay. What about you, Dima? Do you want to be... Oh, wait, have you already answered playing 2B? Oh, yeah, you have. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Moving swiftly onwards. Yeah. Oofplux, when did you get so wise? Indeed. To be fair, you're actually giving some, like, decent... like, you speak more intelligently than I was expecting, so fair play, I guess. Okay, so do you think 2BGT has had a positive or negative impact on your real life, Oofplux?
I actually have like a pretty good answer to this. I've thought about this a bit. So I think net positive, yes, but in the long term, it didn't really do me any favors. So like, what I mean by that is like in the short term, 2B was like what I needed. Like I said before, it's a good way for teenagers to get their dopamine without actually going outside. So especially during the pandemic, it was a good thing for me. But then like you kind of said, like you basically outgrow it because you start getting dopamine like from outside sources again. So yeah, I guess in a way you could say like I outgrew it. But yeah, net positive impact for sure.
Okay. So but you're saying you haven't gained anything as a person from 2BTT?
No, because again, like I said before, my 2B persona and like what I actually am in real life is totally different. So
Right, fair enough.
why
yeah.
would I, you know?
Yeah. What about you, Dima? Do you think you've had a negative or positive impact on your life? 2B2T, sorry.
Positive, like, I'm not addicted to 2B2T, but like I enjoy playing it and like making friends every day.
Would you be sad if 2B2T just kind of disappeared tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, but like, so you're saying it's had a positive impact on you, but you're not like, is it the main thing you do in your like free time right now?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. And what has 2B2T given you as a person?
Well, as it's given me more maturity in real life situations.
Oh, okay, what do you mean by mature? It's made you more like better, like socially, like more social skills, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk to Dima for a bit because I feel like as Oofplux said, he's been carrying it a little bit. So, Dima, what is the one thing you don't like about the 2B2T community?
Pedophiles, obviously.
Okay. I was gonna say what?
Pedophiles, like UFO crossing.
Yeah.
What a pedo.
Do you think Bucky made UFO Crossing do it?
Yes.
No, I like Baki. I think Baki is base, and he's done nothing wrong.
Oofplux, do you think Bucky made UFO Crossing do it?
No, but I feel like we should have a real conversation about the UFO thing. Like genuinely.
Go for it, bro.
All right, Devo, what do you think of the UFO I don't know why people think this is a recent controversy because this happened like years ago and people have been talking
It's recently
about it
been
for a while.
brought to light, though, basically.
Yeah, like I remember people talking about this. So, anyways, yeah, Dima, what do you think?
I think UFO crossing is a pedophile.
Why do you think that?
Well, I'm not gonna go into too much details.
You
but
should.
Nah, come on, tell the full story. We need
Exactly,
The
we need
viewers
the
need
full
to
Oh
hear.
my god, I don't know the full story exactly. I'm gonna need.
So then,
like,
why are you speaking on it? You don't know the full details. Don't speak
You
on the story.
asked me about it.
That doesn't. You can just say, "Well, I don't really have an opinion because I don't know the full story," right?
Yeah, but my
Yeah.
current.
Why don't you
opinion
just say
is
that? Why do
he
you
is
have to
a
have an opinion?
pedophile.
Why do you have to have an opinion? Why can't you just say I don't have one?
Stop coming close to me, you gay faggot.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, well, yeah, come on, talk about the UFO Crossing. Like, we want.
Yeah, so what I know is that he met up with a 14-year-old a girl and took her to dinner without their parents. And whatever happened next, we won't know.
So what do you mean without her parents? What do you mean by that? So were her parents? Did her parents let her go? Like what? What do you think? What do you?
I
mean?
don't know. I don't know.
So
That's
you
the
don't.
thing.
So you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, good to know.
Okay, Oofplux, do you want to fill in the gaps? Like, if you think Dima doesn't know what he's talking about, like, can you give the story?
No, not really. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like getting into drama for no reason.
Oh,
With
fair
that
enough.
big
Yeah, to
connect
be
right
fair.
now.
Fair enough.
But here's what I will say. I say if this crime that UFO committed, the serious crime, right, that he did, seriously though, if someone like Baki had done this, like, as we know, like Baki's reputation was kind of slandered a little bit by like the sex pest allegations and all that came up like a year ago or so. If someone like Baki had done something like what UFO did, he would just had been like evaporated from the community. He would be gone. Like, it's kind of like interesting to me how this is only just being brought into light. Although I think this incident happened in 2019 when Ranora was 15, and it's only just now being brought up, which is very interesting. Like, it just goes to show how, like, I don't know. I feel like the community is also ever changing, and like people now care more about like pedo stuff than they did back then.
Definitely.
And also, it's also interesting to see UFO's friends get like exposed for defending him in like the weirdest ways possible. Like, for example, I've heard people say, and some of these people are my friends, so I'm not gonna name them, but like one person said, "Oh, well, nothing actually happened, so it's okay." But I still feel like meeting up with someone like that is a weird thing. Definitely not pedophilic. Even, like, some people call it like pedophilic. Although obviously nobody knows like the full details except for UFO and Ranora, but I just think it's very weird, and to see some people like get exposed for defending them, it's like very funny. If Dima asks Raynor if Raynor is hot, bro, she literally makes like emo art. Like, what do you think?
Okay, right. I have a starting with Dima. Okay, if you were Oofplux for a day, what would you do?
I don't know because he's not doing anything anymore.
Okay, but surely you do something for shits and giggles, right?
I don't know. All he's done is Spawn Project, so.
Okay, so
I think-
you wouldn't know what to do. What about you, Flux? If you were Dima for a day, what would you do?
I would go through I would just go like see how many people have blocked me.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
honestly, that would probably take the entire day, just counting,
No.
like, just messaging people I know, just being like, oh, Osmobite, oh, shit, I'm blocked. Joey Coconut, oh, I'm blocked. Any Mason, oh, shit, I'm blocked, bro. What the fuck? You know, just that would take a while. Just write down in a notebook, like, I have a notebook where I write down all my passwords. I have, like, that same shit, just be like, oh, well, I'm blocked by this guy, check mark, you know what I mean? Also, looks like Raynor is telling her full truth in the server, so...
Nice, okay. What if you Dima? What if you turned into Oofplux one day and you never went back? Like you were Oofplux for life. Like what would you make of yourself?
I would put a gun to my head and shoot it.
What about you, Flux? If you were
Bro,
Dima for the rest of your life?
knowing Dima, that dumbass would probably miss, bro. Like, that bullet's not
But
hitting.
I
my
would
head.
be Oofplux for a day, not Dima.
Yeah, I know, but you'd probably be so incompetent as me that you wouldn't even be able to shoot yourself.
Nah, you're kind of dissing yourself there
I'll-
because obviously you
I'll-
would be you. So you know.
Are you just said if he was me, if
Yeah,
we
if he
switched
was
bodies,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he switched bodies.
No,
His
oh,
mind
switched
is
bodies.
his mind.
Okay.
Are you literally, bro? You're so retarded, dude.
Bro,
It's not
that's
even
not the
funny.
question, but okay.
You're literally stupid. Okay, wait. What was the question? Sorry.
Yeah, if you were Dima, like if you literally like turned into him, bro. Like you had like you switch okay, fine, sure, switch bodies because I can't be asked.
Oh shit. Oh. If we switch bodies.
Yeah. So obviously, like all his parents would see you as their son and stuff, like all that shit.
Oh, so we wouldn't switch bodies or anything.
No, you turned, bro. Why are you complicating this? If you were Dima, bro, like,
Okay. Well, for one, I'd probably be poor. You know, I don't want to be poor because my parents are obviously very rich.
Oh my god.
so-
Yeah, they work at Microsoft, you
So
Indian bitch.
they don't. So Dima lives in. Okay, we all know where that is.
why? Hey, nah, don't
Whoa,
no
whoa,
doxing,
whoa,
bro.
whoa,
Fuck
whoa,
off.
whoa,
He
whoa,
doesn't
whoa.
actually live in. Guys, don't worry.
No,
Don't worry,
yeah,
no doxing.
nah, don't.
No
do that.
doxing occurring right now. So Dima's very poor, so I would never want to be him. So if this scenario ever happened, I would just like, no. You know what I mean? Just no.
What do you mean? No? Would you like neck yourself like he would?
No, I would just just sit there. Like, have you seen that Vsauce video where he just like sits in that white room and loses his like sanity
yeah,
over the
yeah.
course of 3 days? That would kind of just be me, except instead of losing my sanity, I would be like screaming on the inside but look fine on the outside. Like just sit there for like 72 hours.
I see. Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah.
Just contemplate how sorry you'd have to be Dima. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I swear you guys like live fairly close to each other. You guys should like become friends IRL.
No.
Like, meet.
No.
Well, he's probably like 5'1", like a solid 9 inches shorter than me. So like we can't really do that.
Well, how tall are you,
But
Dima?
they're not tall.
Dima,
Yeah, see, notice how he said, "Huh, you're not actually that tall." Instead of defending his own height, does that say anything?
Wow.
Dima, is it true you are 5'1"?
No.
How tall are you?
Like 5'5" or
Okay.
something.
Bro! Oh shit, bro's 5'5".
Oofplux, how tall are you?
Bro. 5'10". I'm almost 5'11".
Okay, almost.
But I don't say I'm almost 5'11" because that just sounds cringy. You know what I mean? So
I love how both of
5'10".
you disappeared from camera. You're just running around.
yeah.
Dude, they fixed them.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking autistic, bro. Yeah, I still need to do some configuring with this server, but
Bro, Diva, I'm still trying to like understand the fact that this dude basically just admitted he's like 5 inches shorter than the national average. Bro just said he's 5'5". Like, why would you even tell the truth about that? Like, if you were really 5'5".
I think I'm a bit taller because I didn't do a checkup in quite a while. But
No, I don't think you're a lot. I think you're shorter, but I just say, like, why wouldn't you lie about it? Why would you willingly say you're 5'5"?
I don't know. Can we go back to discussing 2B2T?
Yeah, okay, sorry. Sure.
Can you get fucking Calico out of the way,
Calico,
bro?
fuck off.
Get out of the way.
Okay, yeah, this is a 2B2T podcast strictly, of course. Alright, so, what do you see in the future of 2B2T? Do you see it getting, like, better, or do you see it kind of becoming more like Hypixel?
No. Okay, for number one, Dig, you're clearly running out of ideas. Okay, I know.
The bottom of the barrel for this entire hour.
I know you really like to talk about how 2B turns into Hypixel because of the foreskin episode, but like, let's be real, 2B is never turning into Hypixel. So can we rephrase that question, please?
Okay. Do you see the state of 2B2T getting worse?
First DigCast podcast member to ever get Dig to rephrase a question.
That's true.
What can I say?
Okay.
What can I say?
Yeah.
I'm just that guy.
Do you see the state of 2B2T getting worse?
No. Well, yes. Sorry, I meant to say yeah.
Yes. No. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How so?
It's getting worse. It's getting worse before it gets better.
Do you think it will get better at some point?
Maybe. I don't know. It really just depends on like the projects that happen and if it gets popular again, or maybe a new YouTuber like comes and takes steals the show.
How do you see 2B2T dying?
Well, here I'm gonna do you a big favor. Okay, I think a good video that encompasses this topic, Digmc on YouTube, how and why 2B2T could die, does a very good job of encompassing all the possibilities, and one of them is already coming to fruition. 2B2T's popularity just starts decreasing on YouTube, and people just stop joining the server. And really, the only thing that can revitalize this is the update. But as I already said, controversial opinion, but the update won't help unless people start like doing stuff from the update. If you know what I mean.
Right. Dima, how do you see 2B2T dying?
Time will tell. I don't know.
Okay, but if you had to guess.
I'm wishing for a new YouTuber to come. Because yeah, we all are.
What, you want the server to be more popular than it is right now?
Yeah.
Okay, even with like the really AIDS queue, that doesn't bother you?
No, it doesn't.
Interesting.
That's not even a controversial opinion. Like, 2B is so dead. Like, literally, new players joining is what makes the server fun. Like, peak server is like... I mean, I didn't join in 2019, but the peak server times was definitely 2019 to 2020. That's when the server was the most fun, from people I've talked to and from my own experience.
That's interesting, because a lot of people, I mean, including me, I've kind of the opposite opinion on that. I think 2B's at its best when the community's tight-knit, and there's a steady stream of new fags. Don't get me wrong, I don't want it to be dead, but when there's like a new wave of players, in a month, like it was in 2020 or during the Russia war or whatever, I think that's when it just gets annoying.
Well, I consider that opinion interesting because as a griefing group leader, I consider it like, isn't having more players join that leads to more big bases, that leads to more things being griefed, right? Logically.
You lead the griefing group, Oofplux?
What?
Did you just say you lead the griefing group?
This guy's literally retarded. How I have never heard someone say something so wrong.
You just said it.
Now, Dima, you misheard him. You misheard it. And
oh.
He said, "I lead one like BSB." Yeah, so.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry. You were saying.
Right. So, sorry, clear my voice. But yeah, basically, I do find the opinion interesting, but I guess it also makes sense considering you kind of have transitioned into this more family-friendly character, which honestly I think that's a real downgrade from what you like the character you used to be. Yeah, you used to be this great, renowned like character of 2BT, and now everybody just thinks of you the pussy guy who let IMEMs take over his group, right? Bro, I didn't let IMEMs take over my group. How can I be projecting? Are you retarded?
Me and IMEMs are fucking always being co-leaders, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Eric? It's literally true.
Anyways, but I'd say, yeah. You don't say the N word anymore. Therefore,
That's true.
you're.
That is true. I have
It's true. I thought he was lying. No way.
I mean, is that a bad thing?
Wait, no. Is that actually for real? You don't say the N word anymore?
Oh yeah, for sure. In like videos and that, I try not. In fact, I don't. Like,
No. I mean, like in general, like in Discord.
I don't anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Compared to what you want, so you agree with what I'm saying? Like, you are becoming more family friendly, and that is, it's kind of like the odd pay progression, except instead of like getting shunned from the community, you kind of just got like more accepted. You get what I'm saying? Like, now, like, that's exactly why you got invited to Sky, right? Because you're like more family friendly, and the Masons can associate with you without like everybody shaming them for it, right?
I don't think me being edgy has ever been a hindrance on 2B. Like, yeah, I was an edgy teenager, like, back in the day, right? I think kind of maturing and, like, not saying the N-word for fun is, like, just kind of normal for, like, everyone. I think that's just, as you get older, that's just kind of how it is, right? I don't think that's nothing...
I mean, I don't say the N-word either, but I'm just saying, compared to the... Like, you are known by, like, the people who don't play 2B or haven't played in a while as the edgy guy who's a neo-Nazi, who is, like, you know, fucking leader of this biggest griefing group.
This is your opinion, bruv. I have not heard this from people.
The transition... Okay, I mean, Sleuthy is agreeing with me. I'd say that counts for something. Like, he says I'm outside the Matrix right now. You know? Definitely,
well, the
definitely
Matrix.
Definitely some real opinion right there. But yeah, I say you're just becoming more PG, you know. I think with
what
we're definitely deviating from
sure,
what we were
I think with what I put out
about.
there, I do try to not be fucking I'm just aware of, like, my future, right? Because, like, you know, say fucking 10 years down the line, my job, like, fuck it, my employer, like, someone's got my
that's
YouTube
so
channel.
true. That's so true. That is so
it's
true.
just kind of like protecting yourself for the future. And again, it's like, I don't, you know, I'm not 13 anymore. I don't find the need to just, like, scream the N-word to be funny, because that's just, like, you know, that's just, you know, how kids are and what you do back then. But it's, you know, if you're an 18-year-old doing that, that's a bit fucking sad, and you're a bit of a fucked up human being, you know. That is something wrong. I mean, I've always been you said me toning it down has been the reason why, like, I get invited to Sky and that. I've always been a very trying to be a people pleaser on 2B2T. I've always, like, made it, I've said this before, being nice to people is very much a cheat code on the server. So I've always strived to, like, piss off the minimum amount of people possible. And yeah, that's just kind of something I've always abided by. And obviously, it's the reason why I can lead BSB, you know, the most renowned griefing group in, you know, basically the server's history, and also be invited to things like Sky, pretty much.
Yeah, well, see, here's what I would say, okay? Like, your leadership in BSB, when it started, was very involved, right? But recently, IMEMS is the one finding basis to grief and stuff like that. And I'd say the majority of people can agree with this. Like, IMEMS is the one doing most of, like, the 2B related stuff, but you're still, like, it's like how Queen Elizabeth is the figurehead of the UK, but the PM is the one doing all the work. Do you get what I'm saying?
Sure. So IMEMS hasn't played the server in about 6 months. He's might, like, logged on, like, once or twice, but he hasn't played in, like, 6 months. He's always been the guy that got the bases. I think in 2018 we were both very hands-on leaders. In 2019 that shifted to him. I definitely took a kind of... I started just fucking not really caring as much, because I didn't used to be a griefer. Like, I mean, I still don't consider myself a griefer. I only grief because of BSB. I don't find it personally that enjoyable. I find my friends having fun enjoyable, right? But back in the day, like 2019, IMEM started transitioning BSB into a griefing group, whilst I was still, like, a history fag. I was like, I'm not really a fan of this, blah, blah, blah. So I became very kind of distant from the group, and I even got demoted from leader for, like, a few months. Until, like, 2020, right? Because when 2020 hit her out, I started leading the group again. IMEMS went inactive. He started playing Rust, other games, shit. So I led the group from, you know, throughout 2020, basically. Then he came back early 2021, and that's when we did Actually, hold on. Early 2020, we griefed, like, the Monastery, Extopia. Yeah, he was at sales about until COVID hit. Then in 2021, we griefed Avalesium. Again, that was more him than me. It was definitely a joint effort. I did help get those chords, but it was definitely, you know, he's always been the one that's been, like, good at fucking pushing for that shit. And he's also, in conjunction with Waltz, the other higher up guy in BSB, is very based, with the guys who got, like, Steampunk's Jacks, like, to do all the insiding shit. And yeah, since then, since Steam got outed, obviously IMEMS hasn't been playing. I've been, getting all the... Me and Waltz really have been getting all the insiders together and shit. And getting free funnies. But yeah, so I don't know where you get the kind of idea that IMEMS just has me on his dick, because that's very much not true.
I mean, that's not what I mean. I'm saying, okay, here, I'll restate my opinion in
Sure.
better terms for your little small brain to understand, okay? So, IMEMS, okay, is the one who is recruiting players that inside for you.
No, he's
Or
not. That's
he is
Waltz.
he is in the direct chain of command. Yeah, Waltz. And Waltz is like under IMEMS,
He's under both. I mean, if you're talking about LARP group ranks, he's under both of us. That's what the ranks fucking dictate. But like, how did this become a BSB interview? But BSB is just a friend group, right? There's no hierarchy.
This is the first 2BT DigCast interview that the tables are being turned right now. Okay.
The tables aren't being turned. You're saying retarded shit, and I'm just counteracting it.
The people being podcasted are turning into.
I mean, it's making good conversation, so I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, speaking of BSB, wait, fuck, I had a point that I was gonna bring up because you talked about it. Oh, I just remembered. Yeah, okay. So you said in a previous podcast, I think it was with Orson, how people in BSB, and I'm pretty sure you're referring to IMEMS or someone like that, talk to you about how like, yeah, I think you were referring to IMEMS, like how after you started getting invited to more stuff, IMEMS was like, why don't you like inside and like use your social standing to like do all this, and you refused. You were like, no, I'm friends with these people, I'm not gonna inside, which is a totally respectable thing. But I'm saying the person you were in 2018 would have easily given those bases up for a funny grief video.
Hell fucking no. I've become less of a history fag over the years.
That's just
I haven't changed. In fact, I've become like more hands-on with the griefing recently. Like I used to never fucking I didn't participate in like Xtopia. I didn't participate in the monastery. I mean, I was meant to participate in Avalesian, but I didn't get there on time. Like I've never been hands-on with the griefing because I've always had that little history fag inside of me, which is like, oh, griefing bad. And that's still kind of, I do still feel bad for griefing people. But at the same time, it's what benefits my friends. Like, when I see my friends have fun griefing, like, that makes me happy. So, that's why I do it. And, yeah. So, if anything, I've become more of a griefer, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, we should probably get back to me and Dima, right?
Sure.
Yeah. The podcast studio is empty.
Yeah, why have I been made fucking invisible, bro? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, why is Dima and... Why are these people just invisible? Oh, wait, did we get splashed? Oh, we got splashed.
Yeah, probably. Okay, let's move on to the Patreon questions now. There's a few of them. So we got
let's go Patreon.
This one's from Space. I'm not really sure who this is addressed to. I guess Oofplux, but Oofplux is kind of already talked about it. But I mean, I'll say it to Oofplux because you can't really say this to Dima. Oofplux, this is coming from Space. Why is Dima so retarded?
Because he's Russian.
That's racist, bro.
That is quite racist, actually.
Like, you're Indian, so can you really talk?
Wait, you're Indian?
25%, okay.
Oh, okay.
Compared to Dimitri's 100%, that is nothing. Okay. At least my parents have a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dimitri's parents probably work in a fucking, like, mercenary camp in fucking Ukraine, okay?
Oh my god.
So...
Okay. This one's coming from Lazarus, and he asks, this is for both of you. He said, why did you two decide to join 2B2T when you're 12?
I was 13, but still a pretty accurate question. Because I really enjoyed watching FitMC videos.
And Dima?
13 as well. I joined from the YouTube algorithm. And
so what he's saying is the same answer as me. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
This one's directed to you, Dima, from Waltz, saying, why did your rockets get stolen, and who stole them?
My rockets got stolen because, here's the answer to the second question. Frank stole them, and I'm glad he did, because days later, the base got griefed by Domfear.
Oh, so he did you a favor by saving your fireworks, then?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Quote, saving your fireworks.
Relocating the fireworks for personal use. Yeah, okay. All right, so we've kind of already had this sort of question, but this is phrased a bit differently. So for Dima, so this is going to be asked for both of you. So Dima, what positive thing do you see in yourself that you also see in Oofplux?
We both still have. I don't know actually.
Maybe persistence?
Possibly.
Okay, you don't really know. What about you, Oofplux?
I would disagree with the persistence thing. Okay, like Dima is probably that one guy who like when a bitch was like when a hoe rejects him, you know, he just like ghosts them. You know, you gotta keep the conversation. Okay, you know?
Yeah, you gotta like follow them home and like knock on their door and like chase them.
I was trying to get a good thumbnail quoted, but it's okay.
I think anything's gonna beat FitMC texted me at lunch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, never mind. We can edit that out, right?
Sure. So, what positive thing do you see in yourself that you see in Dima?
That's a very hard question. I'd say probably, positive thing. Well, we both live in or in the metropolitan area, so that's one good thing. Is a great place to live.
It's got the cool
I mean, not metropolitan area.
Right. Okay.
We both live there. That's one positive thing that we both share.
Okay, I see. So you're based. You're both based Americans, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's a Russian. What are you talking about?
Okay, American citizens. Okay, all right. Can you two both?
Is he a Russian citizen though? Like,
Yeah,
I don't care. Can you two both milk up and get back in the frame just for the outro?
What if I said no? What would you say?
I'd fucking like ban your ass, bro. Like,
bro, I'm so mad.
Laza, get out of here.
Lazarus, bro.
I'm gonna find your spawn base and I might blow
Oofplux,
it
do you
up
have
if you don't
ADHD
get out
in
of
real
here.
life?
No.
Okay.
Bro, literally, Dig, you
Get
can
it,
edit
fine.
this out, but I have been carrying your shit, okay? So much content, okay?
So
I gave
much
you
content.
reversal of roles, okay? I gave
Please
you
let me suck
reversal
your
of...
penis. I just got kicked.
I got
Server close. Who the fuck?
Wait,
I gave you UFO controversy. I got debate with Dima, okay?
You got
I
debate
insulted
with me,
Dima.
mate.
I debated with you. Reversal of roles, right? Fucking rain aura controversy.
I mean, you got shot
In
down.
my own personal history, okay?
Oh my
I covered so many things for you.
Yep. Well, Oofplux, this was interesting. I would say a pleasure, but
And I even
have
said some
lost
dumb
brain cells
things.
in the past like hour. Dima, thank you for putting up with Oofplux's autism, and Oofplux, thank you for putting up with Dima. I know you two weren't keen on each other at the start, but I think it turned out pretty good, and people should find it funny, I hope, and not just autistic, please. Yeah. Anyway, subscribe, join Patreon, comment. And we'll see you in the next one, which might come in a while because I'm fucking going university now. So like it might be a while to next upload. Yeah. What Oofplux is saying is goodbye. Please join the Patreon, and yeah, see you.